player from each team makes a charge start. Referee Kong will be aiming for the centre of the playing area. Not an easy skill in its own right. Blows his whistle and the teams are away. Del Campo for Spain. The basis. Del Campo gets the better of it. Spain take the first start, very quick. Barely any distinguishable speed difference between the senior and junior categories in canoe polo. These young men, very, very fast. Skill sets are phenomenal now. It used to be a big difference between the seniors and under-21s, but not so much now. And some of the most exciting games we see at the championship in between these. And that's the first flurry of attack. Moreo for Spain getting the first shot away. And again, that will just settle the nerves of the Lithuanians, making a save. In their goal, Mitkovic, as a goalkeeper, makes his first save, just settle the nerves. They haven't conceded that early goal that can so often be a killer in these David and Goliath matches, and they've settled into the game well. Worth noting, at the last Asian Championships, Spain won their first ever World Championship medal when they won this category. So reigning World Champions Spain, and the last team to win an under-21 category in Asia 20 years ago. These young men would have barely been born when we played in Yoshi, but that's the first goal. Aguiar for Spain opens the tally, just over a minute gone, penetrating the defence of Lithuania. Just as I was saying, 20 years since there was last a World Championship in Asia in Miyoshi, Japan. That would have been the year most of these young men were born. Quite astounding fact, and that is a phenomenal shot. There's certainly an arm on Lipski. If he can get close and free, he's going to score a few with that arm. Thinker's ranked 19th, improving on that ranking. He'll be the first target of this team, qualifying for the next Worlds. But they'll definitely want to finish this game with a goal at least, and at the moment they're right in this. Lipski brings the ball, he's looking for himself, but finds a clever pass. He's going to have to be smart, and that's for the Spanish defence. Oh, and a little bit of indecision about who was going to pick that up, and Del Campo said, well, if you're not going to pick it up, I'll just have that. Passing it back. Aguiar comes under pressure on his line, but he's up to that, no problem. Moreo and Spain swing forward onto the attack, but that's chewed 30 seconds off the shot clock pretty much already. That's good play from Lithuania. Petrokas just slowing things down. He's their captain. He's just really scrubbed 30 seconds off the shot clock all on his own there. But Spain building now. They're finding gaps here. This is very dangerous for Lithuania. They're going to have to be so careful. They can't allow Spanish players in that close. On that occasion it was Romeo, but any one of them can do it if they rely on their goalkeeper to save everything, I'm afraid. Much as he's played very well already, Mitkovic, he's not going to save everything from this Spanish team. Rotating the ball round. Very confident, strong team. Oh, that's a lovely pickup though. Certainly matching the Spanish on most aspects of this game. Conceded one, but they haven't been outclassed yet, and that was Lipski. He's had a good game so far for them. And that long ball forward, couldn't be controlled, and that goes for a corner. Aguiar be a little bit disappointed in himself there. Dropped for him, but he just couldn't quite get it under his grasp. He's out. So 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes gone, and I would say this has been a pretty close contest, and that's all credit to Lithuania. They've done themselves proud so far. Recycle that ball. This is another of those miscommunications. This time they worked hard, but they had to commit an obstruction to make it happen. Referee Kong very sharp though, just a little bit of screening and they're pinged, but that was a very similar situation to what led to the goal, where they weren't really quite sure who was going to pick the ball up. They're going to have to sort that communication error out, but so far so good. Tamburano brings it in, dribbles it across. There's a lot of loose ball from Spain here. Coach will be having a word about that, I'm sure, at half time, just to tighten up. They are favourites here, but you still have to get the job done. Again, another shot, another fine attack from Spain, but no product. This is suiting Lithuania. Clock's being scrubbed off and they're still playing well. Spain retreat, typically to defend on the turnover of possession, and we come away this time with Debasis, Lukasz Debasis, two brothers in this team. Moving up, the Spanish have got some crowd here, as you would expect for the reigning world champions, ramping up the volume, but Lithuania coming. I think they've been good so far. Yep, and they've certainly got some shooters. Oh, but that's going to sting. If you shoot and don't score, this Spanish team very, very fast. Tamburano away, free. Little bit of showboating from him out the back of his hand. Well, reigning world champions, let's hope that confidence not misplaced. They'll be looking to regain their title, but that's 2-0, 5 minutes gone. Lithuania need to keep their heads here. They've been good so far, but they could easily let this get away from them. That was just a shot that wasn't a goal, and when it dropped down, the Spanish were just gone. They have to cover a little bit better. But these are the kind of lessons at your first World Championships. I'm sorry, but you have to do this apprenticeship. I mentioned that Spain won World Championship Under-21 medal in 2004. That's just 10 years after Spain introduced canoe polo. 1994, or the early 90s at least, they started to adopt the full ICF rules, and 10 years they took a gold medal. Well, this is Lithuania's first championship, so that gives you a measure of the task they're facing, and so far facing very, very nicely indeed. And that will do them no harm whatsoever. That's Coodis, gets space inside and pings it in off the bottom bar. And Lithuania pull the score back to 2-1. They're still down, but blimey, they've shown well. They've done a good job so far, and they've made the best of the chances. Goal scorer there, Tamburano coming in. Spain forced to recycle. Moreo. Del Campo. Yeah, they're confident, they're comfortable, so they should be reigning champions, but they're certainly not walking past this Lithuania team. Moving the ball well inside, and that's off the inside of the top bar, I think, and down. And they recycle that. Shot came off the bar. The referees noticed the shot clock didn't reset. Obviously all volunteers on the tables here. Been trained up very nicely, but just needed a little reminder from referee Ambrosetti that the shot clock reset needed to happen. I've been very impressed with Lithuania so far. Very calm, very measured. They've turned over possession there, not panicking. All seem quite comfortable on the ball, bringing the ball up the pitch. It's Petrokas now, the captain. Didn't really see him calling a play there, but you can never tell. Oh, but the mistakes. Often what distinguishes the best teams from the second best. That was just a handling error, and well recovered, but the shot clock ticks away. Can't make mistakes like that. This is Spanish defence will be out on like a shot. That's just a touch on defence, but once again, Lithuania recover, done well. As Dokas brings the ball round, he's working on his own. Coming under pressure, can we get the pass away? Yes, and eventually it ends back with Tom Vikas. He finds a pass inside. They're going to have to add a shot clock reset. Oh, no, that would appear. Spanish coaches suggesting there shouldn't have been a shot clock reset, but there was. Referee Kong just having a word with the table just to check what the situation was, and a foul's been called. Possession foul on the line, so a turnover of possession in favour of Spain. And they bring the ball up the field. Running on the point. No, foul committed on the keeper long before that shot was away. So Lithuania again, they ride yet another attack. This isn't an accident, I'm sure they've been well drilled here. They have to tighten this stuff up, or they're putting themselves under pressure there, and it was the basis' job to get them back out, and he's done it. He's found Mitkovic. Spanish crowd again, I don't know if you can hear them at home, but they really are ramping it up, getting behind their team. But Lithuania here playing, speculative shot, but it got there and it's been recovered. Recycling, but they have to be more accurate. That was a lovely piece of play from them, it's just thrown away. Tamburano brings the ball, and again, recovery. Been so many high points for Lithuania in this so far. That's a pump. Oh, that falls short. Gratefully picked up by Del Campo. That could have been so different with another few meters on the pass. And again, Lithuania steal it back. And recycle. Really looking well disciplined, well prepared, making the best of their chances. Lithuania, you couldn't ask any more of them. And another foul call by Evan Kong. Inside the defence, this gives Lithuania a shot clock chance now. The shot clock creeping down to the 15-second mark and below. Clock still running. Oh, timeout. 9 seconds. Referee Kong wants to get them in the right position. Lithuania give them the best chance they can here. And Spain will do well to allow them to take it from the correct position. The referee's all been advised to be prepared to go to a penalty if teams try and slow it down. That's a speculative shot, one-off hit really from Petrovkas, but brought down by Spain, but they'll see out the half. Well, that was quite a game. Well played to Lithuania for me, but the half-time score of that game between the reigning world champions Spain and Lithuania, ranked 19th in the world at their first championship, is that Spain lead by 2-1. Lithuania played exactly, I would suggest, the way they can. They've made some great interceptions, they've taken some chances, they've scored their goal. Anything to mar that performance, if anything, was just a few short passes and mistakes, but I think their coach will be very, very happy. Vieta calling them down for a team talk at the other end. Mateus, their coach, will have a little bit more to say. They need to find the next gear if they're going to retain the championship, I'm sure. But again, if they come away with a win, that'll do. 2 games to 1. So we're looking there at the Lithuanian team. We'll just quickly name check them. You can see the black boats and yellow buoyancies. Number 1, Lipski. Number 2, Jazdokas. Number 3, Kuodis. Number 4, Debasis. Number 5, Mitkovic. Number 6, the captain, Petrokas. Number 7, Debasis. Number 8, Rudenas. And number 9, Tomvikas. And on our left for the second half is the Spanish team we're looking at now. Number 1, Del Campo. Number 3, Aguiar. Number 4, Duran. Number 6, Orchek. Number 7, Romeo. Number 8, Soberedo. Number 9, Tamburano. Number 10, Murillo. So, teams getting their water on board. Going to be a long week for them. The finals of the under-21 competition played on Saturday. As is tradition, they start the proceedings with the first full day's play today. The senior teams come into action tomorrow, and by way of a thank you, they get to finish early by their finals have finished and played on Saturday, and the senior men's and women's final play out on Sunday. So 2 competitions running together, but 5 days of competition for each category. So the Lithuanians still completely in this game. I think the team with a little bit more to show us is probably Spain, but a very, very nice contest here we're getting. And if you were to contrast the experience and the time in this under-21 competition between Spain and Lithuania, if there was a handicap system, you'd have to say Lithuania would be ahead in this game. If this is really their first under-21 tournament, World Championship here in Deqing, absolutely they should be very pleased with that performance. I am, as I said at the start, pleased to report that the rain has stopped. The skies are clearing. You can see in the background the beautiful newly built city of Deqing. 5 years ago, I'm given to understand there was nothing here. And we would just like to take this little moment before the teams line up to thank the sponsors, Upin Sport, the ICF, the city of Deqing, and of course the Chinese people for hosting this event. It is a phenomenal venue. This game keeps our attention and we're excited. I will try to bring you a few details about the area, but we are about 2 hours drive west of Shanghai. And referee Kong ready to do his job again. Put the ball in. Spain from our left in the white kayaks, Lithuania from our right in the black kayaks as the second half gets underway. Men's Group A, under-21 men's Group A. And we're off. One player from each team makes it for the charge start. Referee Kong's put the ball in, but that's a comfortable win this time in terms of speed for Romero, but he doesn't get the ball, and at the end of the day, that's the job. De Basis picks his pocket. That's a fine piece of skill. Got there second, but got the ball. Well, at the end of the day, the job is to get the ball. There's an infringement on the 6 metre line. Teams engaging each other outside the 6 metres. One of the things the referees are seeking to be very consistent on at this championship. And referee Ambrosetti just putting his little mark on this second half. If a referee calls something like that at this stage, we shouldn't see that again, and that's what suits everybody. Just bring everybody into line. Lithuania, hard to imagine this is their first championship from what they've shown here. Absolute credit to themselves already. I'm sure they've got a bit more to show, and they won't be one and done today, but here they go. Riding over, trying to find a speed bump way through, but nothing doing. And this is going to hurt. Aguilar, all the time in the world, he's away with too much space. Yeah. That's the third goal for Spain. Number 3. Aguilar scores into an open net. Again, very disappointing for Lithuania, because that's an easy goal in the end for Spain. Drop of the ball and they're away and gone. They have to keep their head on. I can just, out of my mind's eye, I can see the coach there imploring the players not to make that kind of mistake. And he's right, it hurts, but he really needs to focus on the things they can be proud of here, because there are so many. But there's been another short pass, and this is going to hurt even more. Need to be heads up. They've managed to cover this break. Well done. That was well away. What's going to happen here? Spain recycling the ball, but I think that might have been, oh, that's a shame. That's a penalty. That is going to hurt. That's referee Kong, Singaporean referee, straight to his pocket, straight for a penalty. That's a paddle foul. Number 2. Just goes, gas, nods his head, acknowledges it. Clearly was a paddle infringement there. Just take it on the chin. The penalty's coming. What can your goalkeeper do? Tom Kovidas in the goal, facing down the mighty arm of Aguilar at 4.5 metres. About 70-30 we reckon. Well, that's going the way of the attack. And unfortunately for Lithuania and the independent crowd, I think, Spain take a 4-goal-1 lead. Their quality slowly beginning to show after what's been a fantastic performance from the Lithuanian team. Now, and this is where they show their mettle. They must not panic now. They must not rush this. If they can settle themselves, they've played so well in places, but one more would just drag it away from them. If they can keep their toe in this group, there are many more games. We have Austria, who are ranked 20th, and then Denmark, Belgium making up the other teams. Don't want to let this be a runaway. And again, there's a fair bit of juggling there, but it fell away in the end of Guodis, but couldn't quite make it count. Fired underneath. Still very much alive, the Lithuanian chances. The scoreline just beginning to not flatter them, but they're not done yet, I don't think. Just enjoy some of that Spanish chanting while we wait. The crowd have got a little bit more excited now. They're a bit further ahead, and that's nice play from Spain. That's absolutely nice. Some nice, tight little inside passes that end up with Sabaredo, and he's inside looking up and hit the top of the net. That's more the Spain that we were expecting to see. They've been hiding that under a bushel for a few minutes, but that was quite special. Very fast handling round the corner, and then Sabaredo just finishes it. Again, great discipline from the Lithuanian team here. They need to manage the remaining 6 minutes of this game, not let it get completely away from them, keep their hopes alive and maybe seek that second goal. Does matter, they won't score them like that through the defence and through the goalkeeper, but then they're going to have to work a little bit harder. Spain come all the way through Orche. Soaredo, yeah, the pace just coming out of the Spanish now, relaxing just a little bit. I think that Lithuania probably gave them a little bit of a start in the first half, but I've pulled a gap that means they're probably quite safe. Duran bossing the traffic and moving forward. Spain quite happy to be fairly flat here, but they won't be if they make mistakes like that. And that's a lovely pick-up. You've got to take it out to Petrokas. Made that all on his own out of just about nothing. Captain doing a captain's job, I always say. You can try and turn a game round. You have to take a bit on your shoulders if you're the main man. And they're coming up the field. Tomavidas. Oh, that had some legs on it. That was Petrokas again. Got a shot away. Had to be saved. It was safe. It's on target and the goalkeeper's working. That's pretty much all you can ask. It's beating the defence. You've got there. Five minutes remaining in this game. I've been impressed with Lithuania, but it looks like Spain have moving up through the gears now. See if Lithuania can keep a lid on it for the next 5 minutes. Lipski dribbling, looking at his options, nothing more than passing it back to Petrokas. Yeah, a little chat between them, two experienced players in this team. Punching forwards. Oh, that is a phenomenal shot. That really deserved to be a goal. That Lipski had beaten the goalkeeper there, but it was the bar that saved Spain. That was a super shot. That was worthy of a goal, no doubt about it. Right from our commentary position, we were looking right down behind him. You could see what was on that. It was a lovely piece of work. But unfortunately for Lithuania, no goal out of it. And they're going to try the same route again, and who can blame them? Lipski, this time he recycles, but that is careless. And that will disappoint him. He's had that phenomenal play a moment ago. That's just cheap. And Spain not going to look that gift horse in the mouth. And this time it just falls too easy for Aguilar. He's there in front of an open goal, and that just stretches that lead. Under 4 minutes to go, but really now a couple of easy goals in this second half, and this is going to get away from them now. So Spain lead by 6 goals to 1. Lithuania stood toe-to-toe with them for a long period of this match, and indeed in bursts even once they were behind, but at the moment scoreline not flattering them at all. Still going to the drill, still going to the routine, as they should. That is a nice try. Not quite enough on it really from the basis, but they have to prepare themselves for the later games in the week. If they play like this against every team in the group, they're going to upset someone, I've got no doubt about that. Clever inside pass, but can't quite be controlled. That's gone too far. Oh, and that's a bit of an unlucky. Oh, I thought that was a bit unlucky. I think Evan Kong's going to reverse his own decision there on the paddle foul. Yes, he is. That's going to go the way of Lithuania. I think that could have possibly gone either way from my opinion, but referee Kong quite determined that was correct. And that has led to the second goal. Captain Petrokas comes down, takes his chance, puts it across, and suddenly it's 6 goals to 2. And I don't think that they can get back into this properly, Lithuania, but they're taking out the fact that they can score against the world champions, and that should set them up in good stead against whoever they play next. It's no mean feat. This Spanish team, very good. 5th at the European Championships last year, in a rebuilding phase and hoping to do well here. I'm sure they're capable of retaining their title, but it's very difficult in under-21s. You lose a few players, you recycle, you build a new team, and it can often take a couple of rounds to get back, but they're playing well here now. Referee Kong just giving a little nod, if you saw that, to Lipski for the paddle foul. Not quite a warning, but just a smiley reminder that the referee's there. Yeah, Spain in the driving seat in every sense of this game now. Just passing the ball around the outside, watching the shot clock go down, picking their moment. Oh, and that was really Moreo just showing he'd got an arm on him, but put too much on it and it's over the top. That's disappeared into the next pitch, I think. We won't be seeing that one again. And Lithuania have a possession. Last couple of minutes. 6-2, not a bad scoreline. It's not quite as nice as 6-3 would look, I'm sure they're thinking. Go and get themselves a goal if they can craft one nicely, and they've proved they're capable of that. The basis. Just another silly mistake, really. Well within their skill set to make those passes, but instead it's dropped down. Now, where's that going? Oh, that was, to be fair, that was a nice piece of skill from Del Campo. He was a bit knocked about and a little bit fouled. And Del Campo's put that in the goal, and he was quite definitely being fouled as he scored. The referee's played on to allow the goal, but I'm afraid, yep, that's quite, can't argue with that. Mitkovic takes his card, which again is a bit unlucky because they go down to 4 as he goes off, because perfectly correct decision by the referee. They play on the foul, the player scores, and then they send the player off. But now that means there's a power play which will take us to the end of the game. So either Lithuania see out the 1 minute and 12 seconds with 4, or they will go back to 5 when Spain score. And I think that's sunk in for Spain. They're seeing there's another goal in this possibly. I think that finishes the chance of Lithuania scoring again, but they're going to try and hang on to this. If they can kill the 55-second shot clock, yeah. Now the shot clock will match the game clock, I think, near enough, because that was a foul. It was a late push. And a green card for it. So, 4 aside. On that occasion, that was Aguilar sent off for the late push. And that gives us a 4 aside game. Now that's changed the Spanish attitude. They've dropped back to defend. And realistically now, the shot clock being the game clock as we enter the final minute, I would suggest pretty much anything could happen here. Either team could score, neither team could score. We're playing 4-a-side polo, so are Lithuania going to try and take this down to a one-shot chance? It does look like it. I suppose they don't want to cede possession here and then end up conceding another. They'd rather take a shot on the last few seconds. Very much looks like to be the narrative of the last 30 of this game. Will they try and craft a chance? Surely they will. They've got some big shooters. You might as well have a go. That was quite early there from Petrokas, but it does mean they might get second bite at the cherry. 13 seconds, probably just enough time to get something away. And like I say, they've got some big headers. They're working for the captain again. Most teams would, and that's not going to pay for them. And we go 3. No, and they had the last bit of possession. They had the last few shots, but the reigning world champions Spain run out 7-2 winners over the new boys Lithuania, who acquitted themselves superbly in patches, and certainly at half time were looking like they were still well in this game. I hope they'll go away pleased